the way that I think about composability is like, can somebody extend the work somebody else has done, right? And I think that that's going to lead to a sort of like a Cambrian explosion, in the same way that in Venice, like the ability to reach lots of different cultures and aggregate those and remix them and combine them created significantly more refined products. And so, I think like the way that I would describe this in the context of DAOs and NFTs is that like folks are coming from all backgrounds. They're combining like financial resources to buy the Constitution, right? They're mobilizing and able to distribute direct to an audience of true fans, right? And so you don't actually need that many people, that many true fans, if they care about it 100%. And so I think like direct ownership of the community, direct incentivization for each of the members of that community to like proliferate the thesis, to proliferate the NFTs, the creative work, the music that's created in those communities. I think that's sort of like where my mind went to when we drew the Venice comparison.
Yeah, no, I love that description a lot. And the quote here that I just wrote down as I'm taking notes, you said about composability, can somebody extend the work someone else has done? That's a really great way to think about it. And I'm definitely going to be using that description when talking about composability moving forward. And, you also mentioned a lot of innovations that have come from some of those like MIT license you mentioned. And a lot of the things you mentioned were actually pretty technical, like Ruby on Rails and a couple other things, right? And I would imagine that the just broader population isn't thinking about or doesn't even realize that some of these like technical innovations that are happening in the background of the applications we use day to day, come from that kind of concept. And so when we talk about how Web3 and NFTs give us this version of composability that can be built off of, I wonder if some of that gets missed a little bit, because I also come from a technical background and studied like computer science in college. And so, when you throw out those words, they mean something to me.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many composable examples there are in just like broader life. The first one I thought of is like cooking TikToks, or back in the day, I think it was BuzzFeed used to have a lot of different recipe videos, and it showed how you can make, another meal with the ingredients you might have in your fridge already, But there's probably a ton of composable examples just across different industries that aren't just like tech focused.
I mean, TCP/IP, the entire internet was like this battle that was waged against sort of like centralized forces while the sun is coming out. And what TCP/IP allowed you to do was make, like local servers to test on, right? Like local access networks for gamers to play on well before broadband internet was sort of proliferated. Like jQuery is one of the things that, came out of the MIT license. That's in every single browser application today. Like every single person is using open licenses. And so I think like when we talk about composability, it's like, can somebody iterate on the learnings of somebody else, which is like sort of like the whole endeavor.
Yeah.
Like the whole creative endeavor.
You're listening to the Unstoppable Podcast, the go-to place for everyone to learn about the latest innovations in Web3, NFTs, and the decentralized web. Welcome to the metaverse.